It's muted.
We'll get started, everybody. So welcome to our Lunch and Learn today. Today we've got the Origin team, Matt, Vicky and Jess, and the FCA team, all in the one place. So all nice and cosy.
Yes.
So today we're looking at all kinds of useful from Origin and energy for business, but we're going to hear from Jess Dean today. She's the product and insights lead for Origin, and she's going to share insights into energy solutions for your business. We will leave time at the end, about 15 minutes for Q&A. And if you think you're going to forget your question, please type it in the chat, as Lisa would have just said. And yeah, that way it's there and we'll read it out at the end. So without further ado, let's hear from Jess.
Thanks, Helen. I'll just share my screen. Into presenter mode.
Where is it?
We go. Hello, everyone. Thanks for having us today. I'd first of all like to begin by acknowledging the Wurundjeri people and Boonwurrung people, the traditional custodians of this land, and pay my respect to their elders past and present. So we're going to start today with just a broad look at what's happening in energy and then go to how that is going to impact business. And then we'll finish off by looking at how Origin is responding to these changes and helping business through this energy transition. Okay, so here are some things that are happening in the energy landscape around us. This change is commonly called the energy transition, and this change is predominantly happening due to the urgent need to address climate change and reduce greenhouse gas emissions, alongside the growing cost, competitive and availability of renewable energy sources like solar, which in Australia we have a lot of access to in abundant supply. So you can see there that we have a lot to do in a very short amount of time, and things are changing really quickly. We've got a kind of six-fold increase in grid scale wind and solar, a four-fold increase in distributed solar PV or behind the meter PV. We've got gas-powered generation increasing. We've got coal exiting the grid. And electricity consumption is also anticipated to almost double. So this decarbonisation, decentralisation, digitisation and democratisation of our energy system is what is driving significant changes in how energy is distributed and produced and consumed, which presents opportunities and challenges for us in the energy sector. In Australia, we can be immensely proud because we are the world leader in rooftop solar, which now accounts for around 12 or 13% of Australia's electricity supply. We also can be attributed to a lot of the innovation within the solar technology, as well as the Wi-Fi technology, which is enabling this transition. Solar panels are a type of distributed energy resource called distributed, also called DER, and that also includes things like electric vehicles, batteries, which can provide additional supply or reduce demand on the grid. So modelling by the CSIRO and Energy Networks Australia forecasts that up to 45% of Australia's electricity could be generated by consumer-owned distributed energy resources, or DER, by 2050. So I'll now show you what that looks like from a transmission perspective. Australia's national electricity market is on the east coast and is one of the longest interconnected power systems globally, spanning around 5,000 kilometres across eastern and southern Eastern Australia. By 2050, the NEM in Australia is projected to almost triple in its capacity. So I'll show you kind of what that looks like. You can see the existing transmission lines. They're now in yellow. And here's what it's potentially going to look like by 2050. So what does this mean for business, and what should you expect to see from now until 2030? So some of the big changes that you'll see is the rollout of smart meters to all customers by 2030. If you're living in Victoria, this has already occurred, so the rest of the country will be catching up. And what does this mean for business? Well, it means that you'll have better access to your energy use information, and it'll allow you to understand and manage your bills better, but it also opens you up to access a lot of better retail service options, which we'll discuss later on. You'll also, another big change, the second one there, is commercial building electrification. So what that means for business is basically cheaper energy and safer and healthier buildings to be in. From January 2027, there's some mandates in place in Victoria and Sydney that all new buildings must be all electric, which includes commercial kitchens. So no more gas can be put in those new buildings. The third big change there is electric vehicles. So there's likely to be a minimum of 50% light vehicle sales to be electric in the major states. And what that means for business is it'll be cheaper. Cheaper EVs, currently they're cheaper to own over the lifetime, but the CSIRO also projects that prices will reach parity with traditional petrol cars by 2030. So you can see there some example mandates. In the ACT is the most progressive in terms of their targets, so 80 to 90% of sales to be electric by 2030. And I believe by 2035 there'll be no new petrol car sales allowed in the ACT. In New South Wales and Victoria, the target is 52 and 50% of all light vehicle sales to be EVs by 2030. So I'll now talk briefly about Origin and who we are. So Origin is one of Australia's leading integrated energy companies, delivering energy needs to more than 4.5 million electricity, natural gas, LPG and broadband customers across Australia and the Pacific, making us one of Australia's largest energy retailers. Our ambition is to lead the energy transition through cleaner energy and customer solutions. And our purpose is to get energy right for our customers, community and planet. So this is what a broad picture of what some of our solutions look like across Origin and Origin Zero, who deal with some of our larger enterprise and business customers. And now we'll go to more specifically small and medium businesses, so what solutions we have. So first of all, I'll just talk about SMEs. We've got there what we think some of the big challenges that we've been hearing from SMEs are, which are distinct from other portfolios in our business. that are currently exacerbated by some of the macro conditions that we have at the moment. So the first challenge we have there is around inflation and cash flow management, and we have some quotes there that talk about the difficulty in managing a business through these times, particularly with increased costs. So something that we do there is offer flexible payment options to meet the cash flow needs of our business customers. We've also heard that SME are time poor, and so there's a lack of awareness and time constraints as well, and there's limited time to do things like energy audits and the cost of energy. So we've got a dedicated business service team who operate out of the office here in Melbourne, who can respond quickly to any questions or service needs that you have. We also have a digital portal or Origin app, which I'll show you a little bit on in a moment's time, that help with managing payments and usage. And it's also got some other great features like rewards that you can also access. The other big challenge, which is a bit different to what we see with residential customers, is the inability and uncertainty around how to make the most of this energy transition or go green. And what we've heard from customers is that it's, well, they say it's very important. It isn't a big priority. It's running their business is their big priority, but if they can do both things, it's a win-win. But really, cost saving is one of the biggest drivers for SME in the area. So again, a business service team add value by advising SME on plans if they can't access the benefits of behind the meter solar and or would like to go green. So one of the great things about SMEs is that their typical load profile or electricity usage matches the times when there is cheap and abundant energy in the grid. So you can see there on the first graph on the left, it's what a typical load or electricity use profile looks like. And then the graph on the right shows the renewables in the grid by source. So you can kind of see there the shape is the same, so it matches. So while we have heard from small business that a lot of you can't access the benefits of behind the meter solar, what you are doing is using your energy when there is already a lot of solar in the grid and cheap energy in the grid. So how we've responded to that is through some of our solutions and concepts. So the first one there is the Origin Business Sunshine Special. So that's a plan that I'll talk to you about in a moment, which gives access to rates during those times when there is that abundant amount of cheap energy in the grid and when small businesses tend to be operating. We also have a similar concept that we've just rolled out to about 6,000 small business called Energy Happy Hours. So that's where we provide rewards to our customers with free happy hours where they can go into our My Account application and book in free energy during off-peak times when there's abundant energy in the grid. And the third one there is EV solutions, which I believe we've spoken to you about on other occasions, but we'll just briefly look at it again. So the first product is Origin Business Sunshine Special. So this electricity plan was specifically designed to cater for the demands of retail business that are using a lot of their energy between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. So as mentioned before, around smart meters, so one of the benefits of smart meters is that you'll have access to these types of innovative products. So if you're a smart meter customer, you'll be able to pay at different rates depending on the time of day, which is really good for business because, as I just mentioned, a lot of you are using energy when there is an abundant amount of energy in the grid and it's really cheap. So this plan has different time of use characteristics. So there are 3 rates between the shoulder, peak and off-peak times, you can see there. And this is really great for those SME that I just mentioned that may not be able to access the benefits of solar or don't have solar, but can still make the most of the fact there is heaps of solar in the grid already that is really cheap and abundant. So this is currently a plan that's available in South Australia, Queensland and New South Wales. And there's currently a similar product that we're developing for the Victorian jurisdiction, which might be just between those business hours, 9 to 5 p.m. So Energy Happy Hours is our latest rewards currency concept. So as mentioned, we've just rolled out our first trial of this program to 6,000 small business, and we'll be rolling out the next version in the next few months. So basically, this is where we reward our customers with free energy, and it's something where you can go into our My Account app, which looks like this. As you can see, is a mobile example, or you can access it through your web interface as well. And under the rewards and offers section, you'll see, you know, you might have 24 hours. You can see that there's 4 hours and you can go in and book those hours. So basically you booked it in and then that will straight away appear as a credit, and you'll be able to see that credit straight away through your My Account, and you'll also be able to see it on your bill. There are other rewards as well you can see here through the app in addition, such as fuel offers, Origin movie offers, and various offers to other retailers as well. So the last kind of product concept I'll just cover off today is electrical vehicle solutions to suit different business needs. We've got quite a comprehensive range of solutions from cars through to charging that can be tailored to specific business needs, which will help businesses with managing costs and employees with managing their personal costs as well, and help you to kind of flexibly switch to EVs. So there are things like EV plans, transition programs. We have charging solutions for on-site, on-road and at home, and we'll even help with the transition planning and employee education and change management for your business. The Employee EV Benefits Program is a way to help your employees basically save money and make the most of salary packaging, and it's a nice incentive to have for your employees. The next is the EV charging. So we've got basically installation that we do for businesses, fleet EV management and billing, EV charging and smart scheduling, and access to public charging networks as well there. There are other things we can also do for your business and other employee benefits. So there are various other electricity and gas plans we have. We've got internet offers. We've got solar and battery solutions for different size businesses. And as just mentioned, we've Origin rewards, which includes things like movie tickets, petrol vouchers, and as just mentioned, those energy happy hours. We also have offers for FCA members, which we will send out after this meeting today, I believe. And that was it from me. Did I go through that quickly?
You did. Thank you. That was good. Great summary. I have been given a question. So what are some quick wins that a business can do to reduce energy? Give us some quick wins.
Some quick wins. Some quick wins are, well, I guess, turning off appliances so that you're not getting overnight consumption. As mentioned, upgrading to a smart meter if you don't have one, and kind of understanding more about your usage and getting access to some of these great plans that we have. Some other ones.
The assets in the business, look at how old your assets are. They're asset fridges, washing machines, white goods. Sometimes they're not energy efficient. So it's really looking at, do you have really old assets within the business that you could look to upgrade them to get the energy efficiency from those assets is another one.
And heating and cooling is often a big part of a small business's energy use. So basically optimising the schedules and changing the schedules as much as possible.
Good.
Right. Any questions from anyone?
I haven't put anything in the chat yet, but pretty quiet today.
Everyone quiet?
They're all quiet. It was a very succinct presentation.
Well, you mentioned smart meters. What if I don't have one? How can I request one?
Yeah, so you can request it by just calling Origin. You'll get through, saying you're a business, you'll get through to our business energy specialist, and they'll be able to submit that request for you to the relevant parties.
Great.
Yeah.
So can we, when we send out the recording, can we send out a link to who?
Yep.
Yeah.
Who to contact?
Who to contact?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Great.
And I think it's also important on smart meter. Sometimes you have to be off power to install the smart meter, and it shouldn't be a detractor from getting the smart meter. We can work with you on working on a suitable time that you can be offline, whether it's after hours, late at, towards the evening when you've shut your business, etc. So we do see that small business sometimes have challenges of getting a letter saying we're turning your power off, but it might be when it's lunchtime. It's the busiest time for your business. So it's really important that you engage with Origin and really have those conversations so we can work with you closely to facilitate the smart meter at a time that's suitable for your business to be offline as well.
Sure. Yep. And I guess for everyone listening, what is the FCA member offer?
I'll talk to that one.
Good.
Origin, we've partnered with FCA for a couple of years now. We've got a really, really good competitive energy offer that we'll send an EDM round later this week, and we'd encourage you to share it with all your partners, all your members, and encourage them to review their energy needs, and feel free to reach out to Origin if there's anything more we can do beyond that offer. We're keen to work with your partners.
Awesome.
And every state has got different rates.
Yep.
So, make sure, you ask the right questions. And the rates are, as far as I know, exclusive to FCA members.
So how it works is we've provided an exclusive offer based on a discount that's exclusive to the FCA members, and that discount is off our published rates. So our published rates are in the market at reference to the DMO VDO, which is government regulated environment. So we have our published rates, but the guaranteed discount off those published rates is exclusive to the FCA members. So it is, if you look online at Origin, your rate will not look, the discount will not be the same as what we've offered to this membership base.
Yeah. And when you do click on the link of the EDM, make sure you do go right through and add all your details in, including your NMI.
Yep.
Is it?
NMI.
Yay.
Good job.
Yeah.
Including your NMI for your business, especially for your partners and franchisees. Include that so that way whoever picks up the phone from Origin has got everything in front of them to help you.
Yeah. Each business will get to do the process themselves. It's really easy. You put your address in and you can grab your NMI off the bill and plug that in, and it will pull the rates specific to your property. You might have one business that has peak only, so the same rate 24/7, or to Jess's diagram earlier, one that has a time of use, different rates throughout the day. So we want to make sure you're comparing apples with apples, and it's all online. So you'll be able to do your comparison online, and each business can sign up without having to call. In saying that, you can call if you would like to speak to someone.
Absolutely. Call Matt.
Cool, Matt.
Call Matt.
Happy to help.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. Unless there's any other questions.
Maybe quiet in the chat today. That's good.
All right. We'll look out for our next Lunch and Learn webinar, which, straight after this, you'll be getting an invite to. Just make sure that you accept that and get it in your diaries. And we look forward to seeing you all at our next lunch.